Robin's with you in the afternoons.
Well, it is one of my favorite times of the month, and we get to do it a little bit earlier today due to scheduling and whatever. But I'm so happy that I was able to be joined today by Jane Ehrman from Images of Wellness. Hey, Jane, how are you today?
I'm well, Robin. How about you?
I'm doing great. I am very well rested and feeling extremely grateful. So, I guess this is the right time of year to be feeling that way, right?
Yes, it is.
Well, tomorrow is Thanksgiving, as we know. And as we celebrate and give thanks and all the goodness in our lives, we are going to be gathering with our family and our friends. We're going to enjoy some special foods, some beverages. And for many people, it's a favorite holiday, a time to stop, reflect on the year, and be grateful for all of our blessings. Thanksgiving is a day, though, we focus on gratitude. And tell me a little bit more about gratitude and why it is actually good for us.
Well, Robin, it comes from the Latin root of gratis or gratia, thankful. It's considered a state of mind. And when you're grateful, it is a state of mind. It's a spontaneous feeling. And it's a good strengthening energy in your heart. It's life-giving. You don't feel drained when you're grateful. It's a life-giving energy. And when we acknowledge the goodness in our lives or other people, even a higher power that has helped you achieve goodness, that's a wonderful thing. So you might feel grateful when someone is kind to you or when you see someone being kind to someone else. Now, there are two parts to gratitude. One is that feeling that you get, that grateful feeling, but the other half is expressing the gratitude. So tell someone that you're grateful. Maybe send them a card or a note, something like that.
Oh, that's such a great idea. Now, how does gratitude benefit us?
Robin, there are multiple studies that show when they measure the effects of gratitude on people that have written thank you letters or have listed positive things in their lives, research shows that those people have fewer symptoms of depression and anxiety. They feel better about themselves and they feel more satisfied in their daily lives. So people who have a tendency to express gratitude generally have lower levels of depression and they sleep better.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, and there are several studies that show that when you show gratitude toward a coworker or neighbors and friends and spouses, partners, there's a strengthening of the bonds of those relationships.
Right.
When you say to somebody, thanks for emptying the dishwasher, they're like, oh, well, first of all, you feel recognized. I emptied the dishwasher and he or she noticed. That's awesome. And they did a study in 2006 with Vietnam War veterans that had high levels of gratitude. They were very good at experiencing and expressing their gratitude. They had lower rates of post-traumatic stress. That's pretty powerful.
Wow, I would not have thought those two were related, but what a great fact to now know.
Yeah, gratitude has a positive effect on you when you say something to a stranger at a store or a care center, a maintenance person, a cashier, to name a few. Something as simple. One of the things I like to do is say, thank you for your good work. Most people don't, a cleaning person or the cashier, they're just, they're doing their job one person after another. But when someone says, thank you for your good work, that brings a smile to their face.
I've done that before and literally seen somebody's whole face change.
Absolutely.
Right in front of you. It's that's such a great feeling for you too.
Yes, it is. That's that double effect.
Yeah. I love when we get the double effect. Double dipping's the best. Except tomorrow.
Well, yeah, don't do that. I remember walking through Greenwich Village many years ago in New York on my way to a meeting, and a passerby comment, in New York, they don't generally talk to you, but this guy walked by and said, that pink blouse is a great color on you. Now, I still remember that. That was easily 15 years ago. I was completely surprised, and it warmed my heart, and I put a little bounce in my step.
Oh, I love that. It is crazy how things like that can stay with you.
Right. It was just such a simple thing. And I find myself, here I am, still smiling when I think about it. So when you give a compliment to a stranger, it lifts their spirits and yours. When you see that smile, you feel it too. We know that gratitude positively affects those who see someone else expressing gratitude. They get that warm feeling as well. I call it gratitude. It can be wonderfully contagious. When I'm feeling it and I show it, then you see it, then you feel it too. Dr. Sarah Algo, who's a psychologist and researcher at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, said, gratitude is a gift that keeps on giving. That's wonderful. So I think so many people feel invisible and unappreciated. You might just notice that when you say to someone, thank you for something, how their face lights up. We just talked about that.
Right.
They may look surprised, but you have maybe made their day and never known it.
Or their next 15 years, like you just said.
Absolutely.
Well, we are talking with Jane Ehrman from imagesofwellness.com about gratitude. Such an important thing to be talking about, especially this time of year. Now, Jane, expressing gratitude is obviously good and it's obviously beneficial. How often should we practice gratitude to receive its benefits?
That's a good question, Robin. Studies didn't show that you have to reach a certain amount of gratitude for it to have any kind of benefit. Many experts believe that even a small amount of gratitude daily has positive effects. Think about creating a habit of being grateful and expressing that gratitude. Maybe create a routine for being grateful. When you wake up, maybe one of the first things you realize, I'm awake. I am grateful for being awake. I'm so glad I woke up today. And maybe midday when you're kind of dragging tail, for an energy boost, focus on your blessings. The food you've had to eat, maybe work that you got done, things that you've accomplished already today, the sunshine, the rain, the mountains. We live in California.
There's so much to be grateful for here.
Yeah. And we've talked before about 3 good things for which we're grateful at the end of the day. It does improve our sleep. It improves mood and it breaks up depression significantly. And it's especially helpful to focus on gratitude when you're going through a difficult time, whether it's illness, grief and loss, challenges at work or in relationships. I'm not saying ignore the difficulty. What I'm saying is keep that difficulty from letting it consume your thoughts, your energy, and actions. Look to what you are able to do, what is going well, things that you do well. Reflect on your strengths and your qualities. How did I get through other difficult times in my life? What can I bring of those things into this part of my life now where I'm struggling?
So important, especially when you're going through those hard times, whether it's illness or any other difficulty. It's so easy to get mired in all the things that are wrong. But even within those things that are wrong, there's always those bright lights if you just look hard enough. Sometimes you have to dig a little deeper than others. So, Jane, what are some other gratitude practices that we can do?
Okay, so other things you can do to be more grateful and practice this. You want to be as specific as you can be at times. Keep a gratitude journal. Don't just make a list, I'm grateful for this today. What was it about that? Maybe write a line or 2 about it. Things for which you're grateful could be in the past, could be things present. Write a list of the people for whom you're grateful. Just the other night, I was awake in the middle of the night at 3:30, and I had this memory of someone who helped me launch my career. It was so many years ago, but I felt grateful for that person all over again.
Nice.
So you can do that. And I fell back to sleep a lot easier. So maybe write a letter of gratitude to someone. It could be a family member, a friend, a coworker, a neighbor. It doesn't have to be long, but just something that's meaningful, telling them what you appreciate about them. Recall a fond memory and share it and how that person impacted you positively. Do the 3 good things before bed. Maybe create some visual reminders of things or people in your life for which you're grateful. I have a cluster of pictures of my kids at different ages, and looking at that just warms my heart.
Right.
Or, maybe I have a figurine that my dad gave me many years ago, and that brings back wonderful memories. So think about having those kinds of things around you that help bring up that gratitude for you. And maybe choose a gratitude buddy to help you sustain that gratitude practice. Hey, what are some things that you can share that you were grateful for yesterday? That kind of thing.
Right.
It may feel a little awkward, some of these things at first. Just go for it. You'll be glad you did.
All right. Well, Thanksgiving is tomorrow, so hence this topic. By the way, I am talking with Jane Ehrman from imagesofwellness.com. So Thanksgiving is tomorrow. What are some ways that we can show our gratitude to our friends, our family, even strangers?
A simple smile and hello, particularly to strangers, and make eye contact. Holding or opening a door for someone. Let that car merge into traffic. And once that person lets you merge into traffic, give them a wave, thank you.
Right.
That's the back and forth there. So many of us are feeling stressed and tense this time of year in our families and communities, around politics and other touchy subjects.
Yeah, I'm hoping tomorrow goes well for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. So consider having some special questions or topics that are ready to help steer conversations in meaningful and positive ways around that dinner table or the living room. I have some ideas.
Okay.
You might ask people, hey, briefly share something that is a blessing to you, or share a funny holiday experience that you've had. Or you want to really, really get some meaning going and adjust the energy in the room. Turn to the person on your left and tell them something that you appreciate about them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Or, turn to the person, on your right. Ask them to tell you about one of their favorite holidays. And when you ask that, let the person, let the conversation in the room just go for a little bit. And when it sounds like it's quieting down, then go into something else. But those, I think, they can really set a wonderful tone.
It's nice because they're so specific. Everyone, it seems like, does go around the table and say something you're thankful for. But so many times the answers people give are true and they are sincere, but almost cliche. I'm happy. Yeah. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my house. But to tell somebody very specifically something you appreciate them, that's like next level.
Yeah, it is. And it might be the person on your left is someone that isn't one of your favorites. But think about
dig deep.
What you might want to say. That's right. Because it can change that relationship in wonderful ways. Another question is, what is something in your life you're most grateful for?
Yeah.
Thing.
Well, with all that was said today about gratitude, what do you want us to remember, Jane?
In a world where negativity, fear, and skepticism are at an all-time high, we as humans very much need to count our blessings, show gratitude to others, and find meaning in our daily lives. Let Thanksgiving be your springboard to recognizing and expressing gratitude every day.
Oh, I love that. Well, Jane, I'm so glad that you were able to come in with us, even on this earlier time slot, but just the day before Thanksgiving, so we could talk about gratitude. I've been talking with Jane Ehrman from imagesofwellness.com. If you'd like to learn a little bit more, she's got all sorts of great information there. Thanks so much. It was just a joy to see you the day before Thanksgiving, and I'm grateful for you.
I'm grateful for you too, Robin.
99.3 The Vine is proudly owned and operated locally by Wind Down Media.